The economic power of China. Between growth, debts, and an uncertain future. For decades, many believed it was just a matter of time before China would become the world's dominant superpower. Its rapid economic growth, ambitious infrastructure projects, and growing global influence seemed unquestionable. But something has changed. Today, as the world watches the U.S. redefine the international order, China still seems to be on the verge of exceeding its limits, or perhaps is already facing the first signs of exhaustion. The Shenzhen Miracle. Let's go back to the beginning. In 1980, Deng Xiaoping transformed Shenzhen, a village of 330,000 inhabitants, into a special market economy zone. Today, this city is the 8th largest in the world and has surpassed Hong Kong's GDP, a financial center established centuries ago. Shenzhen's transformation was no accident. It was the beginning of a revolution that lifted hundreds of millions of Chinese from poverty to the middle class. But like everything that seems perfect, there is a shadow. Accelerated growth created dependencies that are now becoming problems. Why is 5% a problem? Imagine you earn $50,000 a year, but you've planned your life based on 10% annual increases. You bought a bigger house, had children, and invested in the future. Now, imagine your salary grows only 5%. Your life isn't bad, but the things you believed were certain are under pressure. This is China's reality today. A GDP growing 5% annually, good by Western standards, is seen as a crisis because the economy was accustomed to double-digit rates. The debt crisis. China has a reputation for a solid economy, but its debts are growing faster than GDP. The national government has a debt of 77% of GDP, but states and municipalities add up to more than 150%. When we combine the debts of state-owned companies and households, the total can reach 360% of GDP. This is like a family that bought a mansion by borrowing money from all the neighbors. At first it seems brilliant, but if interest rates rise or revenues fall, collapse is inevitable. The real estate market, a temple of bubbles. The real estate crisis is one of the biggest challenges. Cities like Shenzhen were symbols of success, but others built ghost cities, empty skyscrapers waiting for residents who never came. Today, bankrupt developers leave buyers without homes and banks without money. The harsh reality is that 30% of China's GDP depends on the real estate sector, and it's crumbling. Questionable data and the truth behind the numbers. Economists have long suspected that China's data is manipulated. The government adjusts employment, production, and growth figures to present an optimistic image. How to discover the truth? Researchers use alternative metrics such as energy consumption, rail traffic, and even nighttime illumination via satellite. If these indicators don't match the official data, something is wrong. The future. Collapse or adjustment. China is not on the path to a revolution or total collapse, but rather to a painful adjustment. Its growth model based on debt and construction is coming to an end. The challenge now is to transition to a model focused on innovation, technology, and domestic consumption. This may take decades, not days, and will require difficult reforms, including reducing bureaucracy and opening markets. Why this matters to you? China is the world's second-largest GDP and the planet's largest factory. Its problems affect commodity prices, supply chains, and even your own shopping basket. A crisis in China would not just be a local catastrophe. It would be a wave that would hit economies around the globe. Understanding this is not just about geopolitics. It's about protecting your own economic stability.